Welcome to another edition of Jet Setting. It's Scott Billeck with Winnipeg Sun coming to you live from my office here at home. Hoping to talk a little bit of Jets today. Jets are going to be home for one game for once after coming off of two reasonably long road trips. One of them was actually the longest of the season, but they come now home here and they will play Tuesday night against the Dallas Stars. And then they will actually end up going out to Dallas for a Thursday night game to kind of wrap up a home with their Central Division rivals. And that's kind of where maybe we should begin playing the Stars, a team that they've gone 1-1 against this season. Both games came in November. Jets won 3-2 in overtime. Mark Scheifele, I believe, scored the winner in that game on November 10th. I think it was, and then kind of right in the middle of the height of the Stars' kind of big run there. I think they were, I want to say they're 11-0-1 during that, and and Jets kind of stole one from them there. Weren't so lucky when they went to Dallas and lost 5-3 the tail end of their 10-day trip. 4-game swing through Florida and then into Nashville and to Dallas. That's kind of where the season series stands at the moment. Part of the intrigue, I guess, of this kind of home and home coming up is both teams are just very close in the standings. I think maybe 1 point separates both of them. The Dallas Stars have lost 3 straight now. They're just not getting the scoring that they had during that kind of run. I think Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn, who combined to help the Jets or help the Stars win that game about a week and a half ago, I guess it was, in Dallas, have only scored, I believe it's 3 points now in their past 5 games. Joe Pavelski hasn't had a point in 8 straight. So it's just not really going there. Ben Bishop, Anton Khudobin aren't getting the run support that they had kind of grown accustomed to as they kind of, picked themselves out of the basement after a horrible start there. Now we're, right back in the thick of things, but now have lost 3 straight. So something for the Jets to kind of, I guess, take advantage of, especially over these 2 games, because it's a big point swing if they do. You're looking at a point swing of 8 points. There's 4 points up for grabs here, but they can really kind of get themselves separate themselves from the Stars if they were able to win both of those games. So a big part of that will be how Connor Hellebuyck does. Expected to start on Tuesday after not playing in LA in that 2-1 loss on Saturday. Hellebuyck gets a little bit of rest, which the Jets have kind of been a little more cognizant of this season, just to try and get him in. The Jets were very good in goal in November. 950 team save percentage. Connor Hellebuyck was, I believe, 942 if I quickly cheat here and look. Yeah, 942 in November himself. He's a 933 total now in the season. So I'm obviously playing very well and in very, Vezina, I guess, worthy at this point. He's clearly the team's MVP. Stolen them a few games, quite a bit of thievery along the way, and the Jets have kind of started to rally around him, just tighter defensively, and then obviously getting some run support as he did in San Jose in the 5-1 win, and then his 3-0 shutout. He played great, and then obviously got the goals needed to keep going there. So going forward, the team's talked about it. Paul Maurice has talked about it. They're going to need Hellebuyck to play at his best, and he's done that so far, and now he's going to have to continue to do that. I mean, there's really no 2 ways about it with this team, the way that they play, very grindy and that sort of thing. So, Hellebuyck, cover that. Covered Dallas. Blake Wheeler, just wanted to mention, that line has been very good with Nikolai Ehlers and Jack Roslovic. Paul Maurice, if you're watching this, it's Monday, and Paul Maurice talked just after practice today about, just how he's kind of taken Nikolai Ehlers and Jack Roslovic kind of under his wing, and then has started to bring them, very much the potential, I suppose, out of them, which is, produce points. It's helped Wheeler kind of find himself. He's got 4 or 5 points now in the last 4 games. Didn't get any in LA, but had 6 points in his last 4 games, and didn't have any in LA, but had 6 points in the 3 prior to that. So he's kind of found it again after a bit of a, I would say maybe a slow start to the season. He's done quite well for himself on that line, and talked to him on the road trip, and he talked about being, these weren't his words, but essentially being reinvigorated after a bit of that slow start at right wing, where he had 2 back-to-back 91-point seasons, but just wasn't working this season. So definitely having that move to center has definitely kind of, it's been a challenge for him, but one that he's kind of met, and is starting now to bring the best out of Nick Ehlers and Jack Roslovic as well. And just touch on, before we go here, some injury news. So Dmitry Kulikov, we won't know till Tuesday. If you're watching this, again, it's Monday. They're waiting on some tests, and the extent of whatever it is, perhaps a shoulder injury, who knows, after the hit he took from Carter Rowney in the Anaheim game that knocked him out of the first period, and then he didn't play. But he won't play on against Dallas on Tuesday. Already been ruled out by Paul Maurice. And then a little bit on Mason Appleton, who obviously was injured at the Heritage Classic trying to intercept a football in just a little muck around that the team does. They play soccer, kind of soccer volleyball, and they were throwing a football around outside the stadium there at Mosaic, and ends up busting his foot up, and has been out now with a calendar, just over a month now. So yeah, he will likely take the morning skate tomorrow. He will not play in the game. He won't play Thursday, but he will, or he could be an option for the Jets come Sunday. They want him to get some practice time in after missing so much time. So yeah, I mean, that's a bit of the wrap for now. Brief kind of wrap, how the team's doing. I'll be back next week, and we'll talk more about how the Dallas trip went, or the home and home, and then a couple other games that they have in between now and then. So big month for the Jets after coming off a big month. This one even more so, with a little more Central Division action in it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the team does after they've kind of already exceeded expectations with their 16-10-1 record. So it's been another edition of Jet Setting. Again, Scott Billeck with the Winnipeg Sun, and thanks for watching.